Morning, welcome to the interview series of Prowisdom Growth, where we meet senior educators and industry leaders. They share their wisdom and they share their life experiences valuable for all of us. Today we are privileged to have Professor Sudarshana Rana, who is the Chairperson of Department of Education, Himachal Pradesh University, Summerhill, Shimla. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us your time. How did you come to this profession, ma'am? Why did you choose to become a teacher and then an educator?
Teaching is the only profession which creates other professions, and I always liked the teaching profession. So this was by my own choice that I came here.
What was your experience in the first 2 years of your career?
Well, I started my earlier career in the school. I taught in DAV public school. I taught in center school. And that was the time when I taught at the lower classes, and I always liked teaching those small children because they have a lot of love for the teacher, and I also enjoyed my teaching at that time.
Did you get a mentor early stage in your career?
A professor, Lokesh Paul, he's an educationist. He was the one who always guided me. He always boosted me, and whenever, because I did my PhD from this department itself, and he was chairperson at that time, and he always used to encourage me for giving presentations, to write papers, and to do a lot of work, to organize seminars, workshops, and in fact, I learned a lot of things from him.
Do you have a habit of reading, ma'am?
Yeah, I love reading. Reading is a passion for me.
Any books which have influenced your thinking?
Yes.
Which you remember over the years?
Yes, The Power of Fun. This is Power of Subconscious by Dr. Joseph Murphy.
Okay.
The Laws of the Spirit World, Khurshid Bhavnagri.
Okay.
And Winning is Everything by Deepak Behel. These are the books which I really liked. And there's another book which is known as You Can Heal Yourself by Louis Hay. That also gave me insight to, if you have positive attitude, if you have positivity in you, and at the same time if you meditate, you have the power to heal.
A lot of people say they don't get time to read books. So in your busy schedule, personal and professional, how do you make time for reading?
Since teaching is my profession right from the beginning, and before I go to bed, I make it a point that I read at least something which is very informative, which is good for my development, so that I have good dreams in the night.
Okay. Nowadays we see a lot of students following only education for the purpose of getting a job, and their success is only in the financial terms, that how much package will I get if I do this course. How should a student define success, and what is success in your perspective, ma'am?
Success, according to me, is achieving of the goal that we set forward.
Okay.
And when we talk about failures is a success, because you learn many things from the failures.
Yes.
So that again is a success. So success for different people is different thing. For some it might be getting a house, buying a house,
yes,
buying a car, getting a good wife or husband or that. But for me it is not like that. Success is, I want to do something in this world. I want to reach that self-actualization stage, so that after I leave this world, at least the people in the world, they are able to remember me for the work I did.
So as a child, did you opt for a leadership role in your school days or college days, ma'am?
Yes, I was a class monitor always.
Okay.
And any type of work given to me by my teacher, I never said no to. This is one thing which brought me to this place, because no was never written in my dictionary. So yes, whenever I was assigned any work, I never said any no. I struggled hard, but I was successful in that. Painting, book reading, and gardening. So apart from this, at the school level, I took part in all the co-curricular activities also. So sports is again very, very important, because the healthy body, healthy mind resides in a healthy body, and sports kids, I mean, it helps in developing, there's a coordination there. Then we learn how to respect others. And at the same time, we are also, I mean, our body also is getting fit.
As a teacher, what is the best thing which you like about the profession?
Teaching is one of the noblest profession. And as teachers, we can do a lot for the society. And in fact, teacher is one where the whole of the cosmos is reflected. As we are the role models for this universe. So as the teacher, so is the students. So I believe that teaching is one profession which is one message I would like to give to my students, to in fact to all the youth in this country, is that I want that they should choose the profession according to their. And once you're in this profession, you should try to put in emotions. Because, you know, until unless you add emotions into your professions, you cannot do the best.
Yes, ma'am.
And at the same time, you don't get satisfaction out of the work that you're doing. And at the same time, the youth should always seek the company of the positive people.
Okay.
Those who always will help them in going forward.
What were the values which you value learning from your parents, ma'am?
Yes, in fact, my father is a mentor for me. And he was the one who lost his mother at the age of 3 years. And from the 3 years, he had been struggling throughout his life. And with lot of hardships and lot of struggle. He was the one who joined his factory as a small clerk, and he retired from the factory as a general manager of that company.
Great.
So I saw him working all through, and that gave me lot of, I learned lot of patience, lot of hard work and the confidence, and he has been boosting me all the way. Even at this stage, he is around about 80, he's plus 80, and still he keeps on encouraging me. He's a mentor for me still now.
Great.
So whenever he is always behind me, he keeps on telling, yes, write books, write articles, let the society know what you are doing.
That's great.
Because whatever you are doing, it should not go waste.
Yes.
So he keeps guiding me even now.
Couple of challenges which you would want to share?
Yes. No, I think there are challenges for every woman coming into the profession.
Right.
The very first is when you leave the home, there's there's challenge of the how to make adjustment, how to make balance between the home and the
Yes.
office. That was the one thing I got. And then after being a married woman, then there was a challenge. We were supposed to return back home at the earliest. And then at the same time, domestic disciplines are there. Then no, you take up this profession, you don't take up this profession. So, but since teaching was my own choice, so I had no problem as such. So I came here by my choice. And then once coming into the system, the first thing is we have negative influences from the male people, because it is there. It becomes difficult for them to adjust with us. And then the professional rivalries are there. But in spite of all that, I learned to make adjustments. We give you an example of this gender discrimination. You know, when we were in this profession here, there was a work, doing admissions for the whole of the state, making admissions at the B.Ed level. So there's just gender discrimination on the males' part, because they used to say, no, you people, the women cannot handle this work. So I took it as a challenge. I said, why can we not? We have we have the courage, we have the capacities, and why can't we? And we took up this with the help of my other female colleagues. We said, let us do the counseling this time. We'll make admissions to the B.Ed course of the whole of Himachal Pradesh, and we were able to succeed in that. And we did much better than what the previous preceders were able to do.
How can a young student who's a school student or a college student develop self-confidence?
Self-confidence, you need to, first of all, we need to give positive affirmations to ourselves.
To ourselves, okay.
So we should not say that I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Because until and unless self-confidence comes, because the whole of the power lies within yourself. All of us, we have that capacity, we have that power lying within ourselves, unexplored. And if for developing that self-confidence, we should be very affirmative. Always say, this I can do. Never say I cannot do. Because impossible is only a word written in the dictionary of fools. And if you don't give respect to yourself, others will not give respect.
Absolutely, even I believe the same. Self-respect is the first form of respect.
Yes. So we should try to give respect to ourselves. We should try to improve our self-esteem. We should be cooperative. We should first and foremost is we look into the his aptitude of teaching.
Okay.
Because we are in the teaching profession, we see whether the person is able to teach properly.
Okay.
This is one requirement. Apart from that, we look into the EQ also, that is emotional quotient.
Right.
Whether this person coming to the profession will be able to make adjustment with others,
Okay.
will be able to adjust with others, will be able to understand, does he has empathy, does he has compassion. Because that is the prerequisite condition for anybody to be successful in the job. Unless, as teachers, we require it more because we are dealing with the children also.
Yes.
So these are the things that we look into first. Administrative comes after that.
How can a student manage peer pressure, ma'am?
Well, this is very important and it is a very crucial problem with most of the children because we are more influenced by the peer pressure.
Yes.
And this is the reason why many of the students, they go for alcoholism, drug, they join those students who are in that,
Yes,
practicing that. Now, to avoid all that, I advise my students, that thing should be there, you should be very clear with your motives, you should be very clear with your goals. And if you find such people, try to avoid the company of those people.
Okay.
The negative people, you should always try to avoid the company of this. And even then, if the children, they try to force you, try to avoid them in one way or the other. Develop good habits, develop good hobbies so that you are more engaged in your hobbies and take up the profession which you think.
Can you share some thoughts? How can someone discover their purpose of being alive or purpose of life?
No, normally we are influenced by the peers, we are influenced by the environment, we are influenced by our parents regarding the purpose that. Now, if you say, if the person says, child doesn't know, right from the beginning the parents are saying, yes, you are going to become a doctor. Whether he has an interest for it or no, he will say yes. And that gets into his mind, yes, I am going to become a doctor. And if he really has interest, then he can go for it.
Yes.
But if he doesn't have, then he should at least introspect and see what is my goal.
Okay.
What is the thing which I enjoy the best. So there are many things which the person can do because we have lot of potentials, we have got lot of capacities which are inbuilt in us. It is hidden inside us, and we should, until unless we introspect ourselves and see what we can do, we will not be able to